You're trying to move on emotionally when your ex has already moved on. Watch this. Going on, ladies and gentlemen, it is your man, Mr. Dominic Cruz, featured on ABC, NBC, CBS, Yahoo, and Fox. Coming at you guys with another video. Alright, I woke up not too long ago because I really wanted to make this video for you. And I wake up, get my workout, and make a video, go on with my day. And this topic on how to recover emotionally when your ex has moved on to someone else. I actually saw this comment and it kind of struck me because one, it's hard to give an answer. It's hard to give some answers over, just typing, and sometimes you just got to say it. But when it comes to getting over an ex emotionally and they've moved on to someone else, right? You got the questions like, what is it that this person has over me that I don't have? What is it? Why couldn't, this person speak to me? Why couldn't I fulfill it? You have to understand that in life, people do come and go, and there's going to be certain people in your life that's just going to stay, that's just going to stick to you because you two feed off of each other. You guys have something that you both want and need for a certain period of time. And when you say that, what does this person have over me, you're comparing yourself. And the last thing you ever want to do is compare yourself. But that's not one of the biggest things that's how you emotionally recover. That's one of the things. But because when you compare yourself, you stop your growth, you stop progress. You think like you have to be like this other person versus being you, right? So understand that don't compare to not compare yourself to the other person that your ex is dating, because they're not you. And if they were you, then then you would question like, okay, why can't my exes? It would be chaotic. But you're angry, you're confused, you don't know what to do, and that's probably because, like, if you ever want to move on and you want to recover fast emotionally, it's a 3-letter word that has to die, because after every breakup, a little piece of you does die. And that's your ego. And then I will say this, because after, one of the biggest breakups that I experienced was that I didn't understand. I felt like I was mopey, I was depressed and stuff like that. But that's because an old piece of me was dying, was dead. And I was trying to drag it along into this brand new me. And I understand that when a breakup happens, a piece of you dies, but that does not mean that's the end. That's just that just means it's a beginning to rise to something new. It's beginning to rise to something that you desire. It's a beginning of greatness. Your ego dies then, and you have to make sure that with this new you that your ego does not come with you, because anytime you're trying to, like, you're still hurt and you're confused and you're comparing yourself, it's because your ego is still there, and they have to let that ego go. And how you let that ego go is just let it happen. Who cares? Don't even think about it anymore, right? Certain, you just have to bite the bullet to say it is what it is. This person didn't choose me, so I have to live with that. But you don't have to live with it to be sad and depressed. You can live with it to learn and rise and be happy. Let me just say that when you can emotionally recover, great things do happen. But you have to understand that when you're emotionally recovered, you have to make sure you're 100% completely recovered. Because I know as a man that When you're into this in the single life and you've been emotionally like damaged, you start to think that every woman that you go on a date with has an agenda against you and that you have trust issues. And this is where your ego comes into play. And I'm telling you that this was where my ego came into play. If you let your ego come into play, you're going to start to think that everybody has an agenda against you. And that's not really the case. The only person that has an agenda against you is the old you. So understand that when you're emotionally recovering from a breakup and from someone that's moved on fast, don't make it about you. The person just didn't choose you because they chose this other person because they had something that you didn't, unfortunately. And that's the sad reality that we have to deal. That's the sad reality that we have to face sometimes. But at the end of the day, we don't waste any more time. And that's the beauty of it. So when you can emotionally recover, you start by not comparing yourself, and you kill your ego. It might suck that you're facing this situation right now. You might be sad because you've gone through a very long relationship with someone and it's just over. It's not over for you. And when you go on to being in the single world, you got to make sure your ego does not get the best of you and think that every woman if you're a guy, you make sure that not every woman has an agenda against you. A little, maybe some, but you don't know that. And of course, you just live your life to the fullest. You live your life to have fun. But even in a pandemic, you live your life to have fun. You have fun, you enjoy it, you enjoy every little moment. This is why I tell everybody to strive for the purpose of mission in life in every single one of my videos. I didn't say it this time, but but usually you focus on the present you. You let the old you die. And pretty much that's all she wrote. If you can't kill your ego, then you won't find the door to happiness. You won't find the door to the real you, the new you, the beauty inside you. All right. Because the day you realize that your ego is in the way, and you decide to kill it, life just gets so much peaceful, and it's much more fun. So that's pretty much the whole thing. So, and if you guys like my videos, of course, you can, you like my work, there is a PayPal and Venmo donation in the description box. And if you want to get a copy of my brand new book, 10 Simple Tips to Get Over Your Ex, that's also there. But if you guys find this information valuable, I want you to drop a like, drop a comment, drop a share, because it is your man's Mr. Dominic Cruz coming at you with another video. Yes, another one. Another one. All right. I'm going to work out and get on with my day. Later.